Aloha and welcome to the Natural Defenses Against Disease video. In this video, we will describe the human immune system, we'll identify 3 parts of nonspecific defense, and we'll discuss how the body has specific defenses against disease. Okay, so let's talk about the immune system. The immune system is what tries to keep pathogens out of our body or has a way of dealing with them if they make it into the body. And there's 2 different systems we'll talk about. The first one is this nonspecific defense. And this is going to be if something gets inside, what we deal with, how we deal with those issues. And it doesn't target anything. It's just kind of a broad system that kind of works to get rid of all of the pathogens that it can. Now, the nonspecific defense starts with the skin. And the skin is basically our barrier against the outside. It's what separates us from the environment. And that'll stop most of the pathogens and invaders from getting into us. There are a couple places where we want to have some interaction with the outside. And most of these places are lined with mucus. Like our lungs will have a little bit, but the passageways getting to the lungs are going to be covered that way. And what that does is it'll protect the surface of the body areas and it traps it. The mucus is going to be kind of sticky. It's like it's in your nose. It's what makes up your snot. And it traps those pathogens, doesn't let them get any further. Now the next 2 kind of work together. We have a complement protein which will fight a pathogen, but primarily what it does is it kind of bonds and signals the phagocytes to know that it's there. And these phagocytes will come in and they'll then consume these pathogens. So if we see these little pathogens here, what we notice is that these complement proteins will send a signal out, and then these phagocytes will come over and you can see them. They're actually like swallowing up these pathogens, and they'll break those down with enzymes and get rid of them that way. We also can have an inflammatory response, which will increase blood flow to that area. So that's why if you have a little cut or something and it gets like red around it, it's inflamed. What that is it's not on fire, but it's sending more blood to the area so that we can get all of these different complement proteins and phagocytes and things to this site so that they can fight that foreign body or those pathogens that are there. Okay, sometimes instead of it just being nonspecific, it's a specific defense. And that means it'll target one specific pathogen. It'll go after that one, and that's what we see going on. With those, what we see is the use of lymphocytes. And our B lymphocytes are going to produce antibodies. So we'll see our B lymphocyte cell here producing these antibodies. These antibodies will then go out and they will grab onto this virus or whatever pathogen it is. And when they start doing this, they send out a signal to the phagocytes that'll come over there, and then they will consume these viruses in this case, and then they'll digestively start breaking them down inside of here. So we can get rid of a pathogen that way. We can also have a T lymphocyte, and the T lymphocyte is going to signal and destroy these infecting cells as well. Now, with the lymphocytes, sometimes what they'll do is they'll retain a little bit of a memory cell so that they know what these things are. And that way, if we get that same pathogen in our body recognizes it faster. It already knows what to do, and it can fight these a little bit quicker. So that's why if you got infected with the same pathogen twice, the first time might be a little bit rougher than the second time because your body already knows how to fix it and fight it. So that's the purpose we get vaccinations, and that's what leads us to immunity, is so that we know how to fight these pathogens inside of our bodies. So really quickly, we talked about the immune and lymph systems here. Their purposes are to protect the body from disease and to fight infection. And then the pieces and parts we wanted to make sure we knew of were the spleen and the thymus, and those help manufacture these white blood cells and these lymphocytes that we see. We have the lymph nodes, which we can see this lymph system here, and that basically transports these white blood cells throughout the body really quickly. Okay, so that's it for this video. As always, the lessons will go into a little bit more detail, so have fun with those, and we'll see you in the next video.